Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my Rails with JS project. I guess I'll just go over the basics of the application real quick and then show you where I added the JavaScript to it. Okay. So what I built here, I'll just sign out, is it's called Recovery Builder. It's meant for a sober living to track residents' progress throughout like a sober living program. Um, so everyone signs up with different usernames and whether or not they're a house manager. And once signed in, you have a couple options. You can put a daily highlight in every day to kind of track your progress, reach recovery goals, um, and view other people in your house and other people in the whole program. And Yeah, there's a bunch of cool little features in here that I did on my Rails project. And as a house manager, you have the ability to create new goals, create new houses, update resident information. Um, cool. So what I basically did to add the JavaScript to this is I made a few new features. So the first one, let me just make this bigger. First one would be the bio page. So when you sign up as a user, there's now a text box to add a bio page. And this is what I used for the show feature. And it uses Ajax to bring up this information and put it into the DOM. So it basically just goes through each one of the residents by the ID, and yeah, it brings up their bio. And these are all quick little bios I found online for coolest Instagram bio blurbs or whatever. So these are all just made up. Cool. So in the way I did let's see, the index requirement, I met that with the mentors. This is already a feature. A mentor basically earns 100 recovery points and gets a job, and then they're considered a mentor in the house. So this feature was already here, but basically what I did was I put a description um, of what a house mentor is, and then you have the option to load the list of all the mentors. So everyone that's on the application, their information's in there, and if they meet those requirements, it shows the house that they're in and their name using Ajax without refreshing the page. Let's see. Next, we had the has many requirement. What I did for that is you have your own daily highlights page. You can view other residents' highlights as well, but this feature I put on just your own highlights. So you bring up that, and basically, again, it just gives a description of what a highlight is, how it's beneficial to track it, and whatnot. Um, and so then it says, here's your your most recent highlight, and it displays that immediately. And then if you want to read, it shows the importance of looking over your past highlights. And so you can bring up all your highlights. It gets rid of the extra information you don't need anymore at that point. This was me building it, so found a spoon is like 3 highlights because I was just testing stuff out to get this up and going. Cool. Yeah, it takes out, it's all in that same div, so it takes out the information you don't need after you load the highlights up. And let's see. Okay, and the last requirement was the submit. So that I used for when you initially submit your daily highlight. Again, a feature that was already here, but before it did not display like it does on here. It didn't display your previous highlights, and obviously it didn't use Ajax to add that highlight without refreshing the page. So essentially, these are all this person's highlights, and you write a new one. Went out with sponsor, create highlight, and went out with sponsor. New highlight for the holiday house, shows what house you're in. And then when this is refreshed, that goes away, and it just shows all of your highlights. Cool. That's about it. Thanks for watching.